When I was young, I lived at Wentworthville, and growing up with my mother and my brother, my parents rather, and my brother, and we had new neighbours turn up next door, and they went to the Salvation Army at Parramatta. So they invited my brother and I to go to Sunday school. I think I was around 8, 9, 10 at the time, and so we went, and the bus would come and pick us up. So that was my first contact with them. We did that for a few years, and I became a sunbeam and junior soldier, and then I stopped going for whatever reason. And then when I was 21, my next door neighbour's daughter, Nolene, was back from working in inland Australia, and she sang out over the fence, "Evelyn, do you want to come to youth councils?" And I said, "Oh yes, okay, I'll come." It was a Saturday night, so I went to youth councils. Kept going to the army after that, and every Sunday night I would go to the army. When I first attended, people like Brigadier and Mrs Bignell, Vince Bignell's parents, Vince and Lorraine, the Godkins, the Watersons, the Mackays in particular. The way in which they supported me was I wasn't welcomed by my father to go to the army. He didn't want me to become army, and there's a story attached to that, but it's too long for now. And I used to go to these people's places on a Sunday for lunch, and sometimes to go there to get ready, so I didn't have to leave home in uniform. Elaine Godkin in particular, when I became a soldier, she wanted me to join the Timbrels, and we were playing at Congress the following May. I think this was about January, and she wanted me to play, and I didn't remember a lot of the beats, so she used to have me come home to her place 2 afternoons a week after work, give me a meal, and we'd practice. And that was going beyond the call of duty, but that's the kind of things that the people at the Parramatta Corps did for me. Yeah, they went beyond. After attending for a few months on a Sunday night, Kath Mackay led me to the Lord. I just felt compelled that Sunday night to go forward and give my life to Jesus. I've never regretted it. Kath Mackay was just wonderful. She then continued to disciple me, and I got involved in Corps Cadets because I hadn't grown up through the army to do that. And she did a lot of Bible teaching with me, as did Major Elvie Baker, who I worked with on DHQ at the time. And there was just lots of people like that helped me. I saw Jesus in these people, and I wanted to be like them. And then my father, who had been so against me being army, and that's where a lot of the people, just going back, that's where a lot of the people were supporting me, because my father didn't want me to be in uniform and go to the army, threatened to burn my uniform. So these people that I mentioned earlier, like the Godkins, the Watersons and the Mackays, they used to have me go to their place. I'd get dressed there, and they'd invite me back for lunch. So that was the kind of thing that they were doing. So my dad was really against me, and yet while I was in college, Dad went to a meeting, found the Lord, and he also was enrolled as a soldier at Parramatta while I was in college. I went to college in 1973. I was the first cadet to go to college from the New Hall. The people that supported me again were the Watersons, the Godkins, the Bignells, the Dodds, all those people that had an influence on me. They still supported me through college, and there was even a retired couple who used to send me money every now and again, because those days you didn't get paid when you were in college. So yeah, I had felt loved and supported even through college. So I made my decision in the old hall at George Street, which was around the corner, and when I started going and was converted, the new hall in Smith Street was being built, so I saw it being built. And I remember the night that we closed George Street and we marched around in a march of witness to the new hall, and it was big, it was beautiful, it was so much different to the old George Street Hall, so I was impressed, yeah. So I was enrolled, one of the first ones to be enrolled. A couple of weeks after the hall opened, I was enrolled with I think 1 or 2 other people to be a senior soldier. That was the first significant thing. After that, my mother became a soldier at the Corps. She was going to the Uniting Church at the time, but she decided she'd come to the army with me. So that was significant. Then I made a decision to go to college. So that was when I went forward to give my life to officership. That was another significant time. And then, of course, I went to college. And after college, I got married. 2 weeks after I was commissioned, I got married at Parramatta Corps. And then years later, my daughter and son-in-law started worshipping there, and my first grandchild was dedicated at Parramatta, and then my daughter and son-in-law went to college. So really a lot of significant events that happened at that Corps. Yes. And thank God for the Parramatta Corps for many reasons. Firstly, that I found Jesus as a result of going to Parramatta and being supported and nurtured, finding the Lord, being discipled, encouraged when I went to go to college. So I often wonder what would have happened to my life had it not been for Parramatta Core and the people there.